All right, so let's see. Put the brain on there.
Let's see what you got.
Look at all these people. Now, if you were a haunted house owner, you'd be saying to yourself, oh my God, look at that parking lot. There's our car right there. And you hear people screaming over there, you would think there's a haunted house going on. That's one of the biggest Renaissance festivals in the United States. It's called the Ohio Renaissance Festival. And the parking is immense. Look at that. But the same people that run the Renaissance Festival also run a haunted house called Brimstone Haunt. And we are here today to check out Brimstone Haunt.
Yep, brimstonehaunt.com.
And we're also talking to them about Fear Ticket, of course. And by the way, if you want us to tour your haunt, let us know, drop us a line. We'd be happy to come. We're going to be going to a lot of haunts all Halloween long, so make sure you like and subscribe to our page. We're just doing this to help educate the haunted house industry. And there they go, screaming again. Like, what the heck is going on?
Jousting.
And by the way, I love Renaissance festivals, just FYI. St. Louis happens to have one. It's not the biggest, but we usually go to it. And look, right off the bat, you see a big fire pit, a lot of hay, merch. There's the concessions. And over here, how's it going?
Hey guys.
Hey.
Now, what was your names again?
I'm Brandon, this is Jordan.
Brandon?
Yep.
I thought you said Bob.
I know, I was messing with you.
Okay, so he was screwing with me.
Yeah.
All right, so how many attractions do you have here?
So we have 3 main attractions. So we have the haunted hayride, we have the bog, and we have psychosis. Then on top of that, we have experiences, we call it. So we have dead shot paintball, axe throwing, cranium crusher, and zombie assault.
And where are you located exactly? Where are we at here?
We're located in Wilmington, Ohio.
On Brimstone Street.
On Brimstone Road, yep.
Yeah. And by the way, this is the first haunt we've been to. And by the way, I build haunted houses for people. And one time I did build a haunted house for the Dallas, Texas Ren Fair.
Really?
They had a haunted house and Ren Fair. And how big is that Ren Fair over there?
It's very big. It's large. It's one of the biggest in the United States.
Wow. And so, like, where did they come up with the idea to have, hey, we had the Ren Fair, so I'm assuming the haunt came later.
Yeah, so we originally started at Screampark Haunted Hayride in 1989, and during that time, they ran through 2016. The owners were ready to retire, so they put it up for sale. Ohio Renaissance Festival approached somebody about it, and now we're here.
And so the Ren Festival runs that and this.
So yes, we're kind of independent. We're actually a completely separate LLC, but we're under the same umbrella of Ren Park USA.
Now, do you get a big, giant boost of attendance from the Ren Fair since you operate at exact same time?
I wish that we could say we did, but it's a different base of people. We're starting to see the crossover, which is great. But we're hoping for a lot more, especially the first few years.
Do they promote it in there?
They do, but it's a different fan base. Definitely.
What percentage of those people do you think swing over here and come through?
Probably 5%, less than 5%.
Less than 5%?
Yeah.
Now, somebody told me they have over 200,000 people go to that thing.
So between all the events here, it's probably around there.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Now, how long does the Ren Fair run all the way to when you close?
So they open beginning of September and they run through end of October. And then they also have another event called Yuletide in December.
So does that help you when you're marketing it to say, hey, we're at the same location as the Ren Fair?
We definitely play on that.
Yeah. But do they say we're at the Ren Fair next to the haunted house? Probably not. No, just the haunted house is next to the Ren Fair.
Yes.
Because the Ren Fair is known statewide.
Yeah, correct.
Ah, okay.
The Renaissance Festival has been around for roughly 30 years. I think a little over 30 years now at this point.
How long has this haunted house as Brimstone been here?
So 2017 was our first year. So we're at this is our 8th season this year.
8th season?
Yep.
Okay.
8th season as Brimstone Haunt and previously Spring Haunted Hayride. So. Yeah.
And you're like kind of sort of out of, you're not that far from Kings Island.
No, we're about 20 minutes from Kings Island.
20 minutes from Kings Island.
Up 71.
Does that help or hurt, or how is Kings Island? Because, I actually built Kings Island their first haunt.
Really?
Yeah. I can't even remember how long ago it was. Maybe, I built Cedar Fair their first haunt as well.
Really?
But Paramount Parks used to own it. And when they decided to get in the haunt business, they tested it at Carowinds.
Okay.
And I built all of those.
Okay.
And then the next year we built them for Kings Island. But now they're big into Halloween. Does that help or hurt that they're so close?
So over the past few years, it seems that Kings Island's kind of gotten out of it a little bit. Now that Six Flags purchased them, I think they're going to get back into it pretty big. But I think it's here nor there, I guess. It definitely is a competition.
What would you say is your biggest competitor? Would it be a theme park or another haunted house?
I think at this stage, probably another haunted house. They're all competitors, though.
So how many haunts do you have here?
So we have 3 main attractions and then 4 experiences.
Oh, okay. And so like in this Midway, what all do you have going on here? I see you have a food stand.
Food truck, we have zombie assault, cranium crusher, dead shot paintball. Obviously we have our beautiful purse.
Now one of the things I noticed is your ticket booth. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 windows.
We do. Yeah.
How many people do you have on site selling tickets?
We actually only have 2 now. So that was our first year.
So it was prematurely built that big.
Yes. I don't think we ever actually opened all 6 windows.
Yeah, we're down to 2. We're down to 1 person at each location. So what is that truck right there?
So the zombie assault is a zombie attack simulation. So you go in there and it has 6 TVs all around it. This thing has a full hydraulic system that's bouncing this thing all around.
Yeah, I see it right here. There's like pistons.
Yep.
Was this at Transworld a few years, like 10 years ago?
No, this was actually purchased from a guy out of Wisconsin in 2019. A while ago.
And so then this is like a game from like Scare Factory?
Yep, Scare Factory, Brain Crusher, I think they call it.
Do you get a lot of people to do it?
Yeah, actually, people love this thing.
Do they?
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. Put the brain on there.
Let's see what you got.
Oh, very bad.
Yeah. Well, okay, we won't get a sequel on that. But does people actually get it?
Yeah. People get very competitive over that little game right there.
Wow.
So, and we have axe throwing and dead shot paintball.
What is Dead Shot Paintball?
Dead shot paintball? Think of it like the old Dave and Buster's shooting gallery. Essentially, you go in there and you got paintball guns mounted, restricted range, of course, and you're shooting at different props and animations and stuff.
How much does it cost to do Dead Shot Paintball?
I think dead shot paintball is $11. We typically discount down to $7.
What about the axe throwing? Is that any good at this point?
Axe throwing is it's $5, and we have a lot of people doing it. Yeah.
Do they win anything?
No, they don't win anything there on that one.
Okay.
Bragging rights is what
And so,
Right, yes.
let me ask you this.
Competitive as well.
Because your parking lot is so massive, and most haunts don't operate this way, but when people come here, do they buy a ticket and they can go to the haunts as many times as they want, or how does that work?
Yeah, so we actually have 3 separate tickets this year. We consolidate a lot of our tickets. We have the unlimited ticket, which is basically the 3 main attractions. So Psychosis, the Bog, and then the Hayride. You go through as many times as you want in the night. And then we have an ultimate, which includes all the attractions and the experiences. We also have a single attraction ticket, which is just one use to any single attraction. We also sell a combo ticket with the Ohio Renaissance Festival, which has definitely helped expose us more to their fan base.
But when people come here, can they like go, I want to go to this haunted house, I'm going to go to that one, then I'm going to come back and do this one again?
So if you bought the unlimited, you can do that as many times as you want.
Because you have a parking lot for it.
Oh yeah, people come and hang out. It's a destination. You don't come or do the attractions and leave typically.
Wow. Does that mean like when you have your haunt like that, do you have to have like more security?
We do have security. We have hired police as well.
Well, I'm saying because like all the people are just like mingling around. Do you have to have a lot of people directing them, or?
No, not typically. People kind of they find their way. They do it.
All right. So here's your first haunt, which looks like. And what's this one called?
This is the bog.
So what is the theme of the bog?
Or do you want to speak to that?
Yeah, so basically, we thought to bring back the bog this year. It used to be the Black Bog when it was in Springbrook.
Previously, we had the black bog.
So now, we kind of took that name and brought it into a theming. Now it's all about, this black viney creature that's kind of going through the town and just creating as much havoc. So you're going through this little city structures and just kind of seeing how the black viney creature, the bog, is affecting them.
Did you grind that out of the wood?
Yes, that was done with a grinder. We actually have a good friend that used to work for us. Now he works for the High Renaissance Festival. He is amazingly pretty good with anything wood related.
Now I notice you have these big giant speakers here. What do you play on those speakers?
We have a playlist full of music that just keeps people going. We play the cha-cha slide, and we have actors get some whole key line jumping. It's a good time. It's about the experience.
Yeah.
Do you have line actors?
We do. Yep.
What about over there in the midway? Do you have people running around in there?
So we do have actors that are they cruise all around the midway through the queue lines.
How many actors do you have total?
What do we typically run?
Total, we roughly run anywhere from 65 to 70. We can get up to 80 on a really good night.
We hire as many as we can.
As many as you can.
As many as we can.
Do you are you ever able to get any of the Ren people to double dip and work over here?
So that was the first hope at first, but a lot like the customers over there, when you're spending 7 hours over there, that's a lot to come over here and spend another 6.
For sure.
Yeah, I would imagine. How many people does it take overall to run this whole place?
Typically, clocked in every night, we're around 100.
What about the parking lot? Is it just like park wherever you want, or do you have parking lot?
People out there as well. We have big lights, obviously. It's a big parking lot. Yeah, once you get the rows going, people pretty much fill in place.
All right, well, let's go check out this.
Wait, I'd like to make a mention. This reminds me, this is like Stranger Things-esque, I think.
Yeah.
I think people really would dig that, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It is neat. His name's Tristan. Tristan did a really good job on that.
I know Tristan.
Tristan Cup.
All right.
So this is all new for this year, this first area here. I'll let Jordan speak on it.
How many square feet is this haunt?
I can't tell you off the top of my head because we're actually going through the woods. There's a trail through the woods.
Oh, check this out.
Now, do you leave all this totally set up?
We do. We take in all the props that we can. Obviously, the band and the trucks and all that stuff's going to stay out. But extension cords, light speakers, anything that can get stolen, per se, we take it inside.
And you got the black bog all over the truck.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Something really cool about this is all wood.
Yeah,
It is all wood, cut into little bricks with synergy.
they'll last longer.
A lot of time.
Larry, did you see what the movie theater used to show?
What did he used to
Closed
show?
now because of the bog, clearly, you know.
Frankenstein and Nosferatu.
And look at the price.
46 cents.
Yep, that was taken after the 1955 ticket prices for movies, so
Wow.
obviously not today.
Love it.
No, not at all.
How much are movies now these days?
This bog's been hanging
It's like
around way
like
too
20
long.
bucks.
20
It's
bucks for a
insane.
movie?
That's why nobody goes.
I would rather lay in my bed and watch a movie for that. That's my last name. They surprised me with that one.
This is a Halloween store, and it's closed.
There, you were talking about a Halloween store earlier. We already have one. It's just
Yeah, you
closed.
have it right there. It's all really cool retro Halloween art.
I
That's what's
love
really
that.
cool is how all Halloween retro art is like so huge now.
Oh, yeah.
So huge.
When you go to Trans World, like, and you look for new props and stuff, like, do you guys go with like a set budget in mind, or is there certain things you're looking for?
We typically know exactly what we're looking for.
What kind of things were you looking for when you went this year?
Go ahead.
So this year we knew the bog was going to be the biggest deal. So anything when it came to the black vines, that was what we were really just trying to incorporate. Luckily though, a lot of the things here are just made on site. So I think it really depends on what theming we're doing. And then really, you know, the show floor has its own theming. So like if we were doing a whole haunt of vintage Halloween, would have been perfect at Transworld to find things like that.
When do you know that what you're going to do different for the following year?
So
We're planning now.
yeah.
Planning now?
Yep.
Do you talk to vendors now, or do you wait till Transworld, or do you order before?
So we get all our ideas out, and typically we try to place an order by end of season. That's our goal. It doesn't always happen, of course.
Now, what's really convenient for you is like Unit 70, Scare Factory, and some other people are not far away.
Yeah.
Do you like to order from them because they're so close?
So we actually went and picked up props from Scare Factory not too long ago. We just drive up there and grab them from them.
Yeah,
So
nice.
it's pretty convenient, definitely.
we drive up there too.
Yeah.
We drive up to, you know, Unit 70.
By we, not you.
And we've also, not you, but my son Riley goes.
Oh, awesome.
And we've been to Scare Factory, Unit 70, many times. And the funny thing is, like, MHC was there, and I never went to it once.
Yeah.
But we go all the time to see Unit 70 and Scare Factory.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I've been to Midwest. You haven't.
Yeah, I have not been, ever.
Midwest used to be up in Columbus.
Now it's in
Yeah.
Chicago.
Yeah. I used to go to it then. I've never been to Chicago.
So this is kind of like, is there any part of this that's indoors?
So we will go into a few different buildings here in a little bit once we get going here.
I see a lot of crashed airplanes. Do you have an airplane junkyard nearby?
I actually got those from a guy who he scraps out airplane fuselages. I'm not sure how he gets them or anything like that.
Well, in St. Louis, I was trying to get, you know, an airplane, which we did, and there was an airplane junkyard, just like there would be a car junkyard.
Really?
Just like I was trying to get parts for a Dodge Viper, and they have a Dodge Viper junkyard. So yeah, 100%.
Dodge Viper junkyard. That's perfect.
Yeah, because Dodge Viper is really hard to get parts for them.
Okay.
So a lot of times they get totaled because the hood, most of them, like when they were making them early, were all fiberglass. So when they got broke, like a lot of them got totaled.
That's funny.
And so yeah, there's a lot of parts on there. But yeah, I found a junkyard that sold nothing but airplanes, and they also had helicopter fuselages.
Wow. Now we're coming up on a newer scene this year as well. This is this one, Jordan?
So this is kind of like our speakeasy scene. So the kind of idea is that the town's getting together, they're trying to figure out what's going on. So one of the ways that they can escape the bog creature is by hiding out into the bar.
Ah. Hey, I have to ask you this question.
Sure.
I've heard multiple times now people screaming over there.
Yeah.
Okay, and you could hear them all the way over here. What the heck are they screaming for?
So more than likely that's the joust going
Okay.
on over there.
Told ya. Nailed it.
They get pretty rowdy over there.
Ah, okay.
They know how to get a crowd going.
Have you ever seen that Heath Ledger Ren movie?
Is this the new one?
No, the one he made,
No.
Knight's Tale.
I have not. There's a new show out
Watch
on
your
the
head.
Texas Renaissance Fest, I believe.
Yeah, it was a TV show on like Netflix or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I watched one episode. It was so boring I couldn't watch another one. So this is like a really cool indoor-outdoor haunt. That looks really cool. Like, did you guys? What kind of team? How many people do you have to build?
So we, all year round, we have a team of 3. But from there, you know, we have a lot of good people with a lot of different skills. We'll bring them in to whatever the needs are, and we just crank it out.
You know what a lot of people miss? Like 1031.
Yeah.
That's Halloween, everybody. That's Halloween. Okay.
Little things, you know.
Because, you know, like there was somebody who had a company, it was called 1031 Productions. Why is it
Yeah.
1031?
What do you mean?
Because it's Halloween. It's Halloween. This is really cool. Is this like a house that's sunk down into the ground?
Yep. The kind of idea for it is that almost nature is pulling it back in.
Ah, okay. Very cool. Look at this.
Comment on the detail of the outside buildings is really unreal.
That's Jordan. Jordan does a great job.
Now, do you have actors hiding in here, or do you have animations that jump out, or?
Yeah, so we'll have an animation that pops out here. Something that's also really cool about the trail is we love the thunderstorm effect. Almost in all scenes around here, if you're on the outdoor portion or here with the slats, you're going to feel the vibration of the thunder and see the flash.
Wow.
I can see like this is where the town circus is going on.
So actually, this is going into the backyard birthday party. So you got the house, and then you move on to the backyard.
I have to say, this is very nicely done. Now, in the winter, do you leave all these out?
So all of these stay out, but all these little knickknacks and such, those all go in the totes. You get some-
Oh yeah, happy birthday. Now, you know, one of my favorite haunts that I visited was Haunted Overload, and he utilizes all the trees.
Yeah.
He leaves them. And you've done the same thing. This isn't a tree, guys. This is a weed that grew into a tree. I have these at my house,
That is honeysuckle.
Yeah.
It's very invasive.
and it's like a big giant weed.
Oh yeah.
But look, they've utilized it
Oh, yeah.
for the birthday party.
You know, that's when we.
And they have a piñata with an alligator head poking out. I'm assuming you guys made that yourself.
We had a artist named Wendy Hubbard make that for us.
What's her company name?
It is Wicked FX.
And so now we're coming up on the school.
Yep, so this is where you kind of intertwine to where there once was a school here, but it's been abandoned for so long that is completely crumbling down.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of missing students.
Actors or family friends and stuff.
Did anyone ever find them or let their parents know they didn't make it home? There's a lot of missing students.
Still looking. So that right there is one of the owners of the Renaissance Festival.
Oh, and you had to put his.
Yep, his name's Chuck.
But oh, so it's not Jerry.
So yeah. And then there is the other one named Dave.
There we
Not
go.
Richard.
Hi, Dave. You know, at Creepy World, we used to have people walk through a bus as well. One of my favorite movies is Trick or Treat.
Yep.
Remember all the kids on the school bus?
And that's kind of the why we kept the ghost sheets in
Look
here.
at that, Larry.
Yeah, dead students.
I think we found.
Do you put an actor sitting in a seat?
Oh yeah, so we have roughly 3 actors on the bus. One's like a school driver, and then the other one actually crawls up over the seats chasing you.
Oh wow.
It's crazy. He's crazy.
It's wild.
So do you run all the actors
Hey,
and?
look at this. Brimstone High School. Brimstone Die School.
So this bus is actually from the original haunt. This thing has been around for a long time. You used to walk through this one. Got a little unsafe, so we decommissioned that and made it a.
But it's now a good prop.
It is. It is. But that's the haunted hayrides. They started on farms, right, back in the day. So a lot of the stuff that you see out in our hayride is from the old farm, which is awesome because you don't throw stuff away. You just repurpose it. And what scene is this, Jordan?
So this is now going into our swamp. And again, what's really cool about this is it's all ran off of the thunderstorm effect. So between the fog and the thunderstorm effect, you're really relying on these ropes here.
This is cool.
I like the fact that you have all of this forest area. It looks like there's something planted back there. You got a farmer utilizing part of the property?
Yeah, we do actually.
What's he growing back there?
Beans currently.
Soybean?
Yep, of course.
Oh, look at that. We got attacked by an alligator. Who would have known? In Cincinnati, there would be an alligator that big.
Big old alligators. We actually had to put that wall there.
Oh yeah, people.
So this
Yes,
is
I
actually
usually
the
put that
first
together.
scene that we started the thunderstorm effect with.
I love
And we just loved about how
Yeah.
you couldn't see the names until the thunder hit. And honestly, we have to pay our tribute.
Now, let me ask you a question. When it rains, do you have electrical problems?
Honestly, no. But it also depends. Like,
GFI's tripping, of course.
you know, if it's raining too hard, we stop the attractions and make sure everything's all right. But we're also maintaining consistent eyes on everything. So can't let anything slip.
This is awesome.
this building is from
And you got some coffins out here that are seen better days. Actors like to bang on them because they make a lot of noise. Yeah, you've got, are all of these ramps because you just wanted the ramps or because you need them to get over something?
No, absolutely. We definitely want them. It was a something we did a lot over at the Springboro. So this, just, again, we think
it's the boardwalk feel. Get you off the ground.
it makes you feel a little more
immerses
immersed. Yeah.
And that's an animation.
Oh, yeah.
It's got a lane to come right out and attack you.
This is great.
You know where we're at? We're in the TV show The Ozarks.
So that's a little scene.
It's the Evil Dead cabin.
Yep. So it's kind of Evil Dead, but Halloween
It
Oh,
version.
works.
That's actually an old camper. That's how I used to live at the Renaissance Festival.
Oh, that's
Oh, I know.
So is like this one about, it's basically all outdoors, right? And you just go into little buildings here and there.
Yep.
Yep.
You know, I tell people all the time, like the best place to put a haunted house, is the woods, because you get to soak up all the natural atmosphere of the woods.
So that was one of our challenges when we moved here. The previous bog, it had the best atmosphere. It was down in a little gully. So you walk down there, when you walk down, you just feel the moisture in the air. And just the temperature change. It really set the environment for you.
I love these pallet walls. So easy and smart.
Yeah.
This is how long is this walkthrough?
So this walkthrough is roughly 16 to 20 minutes, depending on how fast you run.
16 to 20 minutes?
Yep.
Depending on how fast you run.
Absolutely.
So do you have a lot of real gas chainsaws?
So yeah, so none in the trail here, but definitely with Psychosis, and then we have a sawmill scene in the hayride, which that's very well known for the chainsaw.
Do you have a lot of chainsaw scenes in all the haunts?
Honestly, no. We know that some people can be overwhelmed to the point where they're just not enjoying their time, so we try to limit it to at least one per attraction.
Now let me ask you a question. Let's stop here just for 1
I
second.
feel like these two are master pickers.
Do you see these buildings right here? Because they have kind of like a roof on it.
Yeah.
Like, do you leave the props in there and like maybe put a piece of plywood over it?
So that's really a temporary building that we put up.
You take all those little buildings down?
No, not that one right there is a temporary building. The other ones actually are permanent structures.
But like, for example, like when we went into that like sunken house, you have
Yeah.
props in there. Do you just leave the props in there?
So they all go in totes and get stored in a barn.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you put them out. How long does it take you guys to come, like, hey, we want to get it back open? How long does it take you?
Well, so on the prop side of things, it definitely starts roughly June. We'll have one guy that's like just dedicated towards props. But yeah.
That's pretty much his full-time job, is just getting everything back out. And that's one of the struggles with an outdoor attraction. You leave stuff out, you maybe get 2 years out of it. You put it up, you can definitely expand its life.
So at Creepy World, all of the indoor spaces, we leave all the props exactly where they are.
Yeah.
And then we take 3/4 inch plywood and just like seal up all and just...
So that's what we do with the gator back there. We just put plywood over top of that and it stays in there.
And some things we can saran wrap and such just to kind of keep it out of the elements.
Keep the sun off of it. Yep.
How much longer is this one?
A few more scenes.
Now, do you have to come in here every year and like, does weeds or tree branches like get crossing your path?
Yep, so we actually have to do it, like it's actually probably ready now for another trim.
What about like the tree branches above? Do you ever go in here and say, hey, we have to cut down a bunch because they could fall?
No, absolutely. So in the wintertime, when all the leaves are off, we're able to fully inspect the forest, see kind of what's the health like into the forest. And yeah, I mean, we're going to come across a part here to where you actually see where we took down a big tree.
Yeah.
Just because it was its time to go.
Yeah, you can see it right there. Like, that's a big tree, 2 of them. And you take them down for safety reasons.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, that was a big tree that had to go down. I don't know if you've cut down a tree recently, but they're not cheap to take down.
No, they're not.
As you can tell, it was a big tree. It took out a lot of our wood.
Yeah, we take down a lot of them every year. Ice. You know what? You need to change the C to S. Ice Scream.
Yep.
All right. You know what? I can't even say the word ice cream because I'm in the haunted house business. I'm always saying ice cream.
Yeah.
And what are the purposes of these blocks on the ground? To keep you from going into the forest?
So it's kind of leading up into our clown scene. So they used to be out in our hayrides for our carnival scene. So it's just kind of gearing you up into those red and white fields. To where now we will be going into the backstage makeup room.
Uh-oh, hold on a second. Let me turn my light on.
Yep. Here, I can turn it on for you.
I have a light in my car, but I forgot to bring it. So this is where the clowns get ready for the show.
Yep. And then of course, you have to have a vortex tunnel. Or vortex.
Or it's not a clown house.
Exactly. Have to.
I made that comment yesterday. It's not a clown house if you don't have a tunnel. That's just like haunting 101 now.
It's like required by law, you know?
I would totally agree with you. What kind of like character do you find like that people just do not want to interact with?
So, surprisingly, it's the mute character. You know, we always push our actors to be more vocal and give the speeches and be talkative. But sometimes you'd be surprised that if the guest can't read the person and read how they're going to react to you, those kind of make them a little more timid.
And this is your merch shop?
Absolutely.
You want to come in?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Patty wants to see it. I know that. Now, do you have a corn maze?
So that's our haunted hayride over here. So
Okay.
we can walk over here and kind of give you a quick glimpse.
Yeah, let's check it out.
So this is our exit pass, so people come out of here and go by our merch shop. Obviously, loading's all over there through our queue line.
How many tractors do you have?
So we have 8 wagons that we run. And this is obviously the back kind of stage area, but that's the first scene. So you load and you're just sitting there looking at
Brimstone
that.
Penitentiary.
Yeah. So we have 4 wagons out right now. The rest of our wagons are over at the barn.
Okay.
Yeah. So then you get
Can we do a shortcut version of walking through it?
There's really no shortcut to it.
How long is it driving?
Driving, you get through it in 10 minutes. If we walk, it's probably gonna take about a half hour.
Do you have a
Golf
do you,
cart. We
yeah.
actually went up there to grab the golf cart. They're all checked out right now.
Yeah, but we can walk through part of it.
we can go through the.
Now, what is the big hole in the center for?
So that's our emergency route, our access pass all through the corn. So that's how we get to scene. If we have an emergency, we can get people out quick if we need to.
I mean, just listen, just be quiet for a second. You hear all those crickets?
Yeah.
Can a car drive through here?
Big,
Yeah.
tall corn.
Yeah.
creatures.
Let's do the hayride last and we'll jump in the car.
Okay. Yeah.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
Or maybe if you have a truck, we'll jump in the truck.
We can try to do that.
All right, we'll make that dead last.
Yeah.
And we'll just like do a sweep through the hayride.
Yeah.
Because, you know, that's the thing. Are you the only haunt in Cincinnati with a hayride?
There is a bus ride. We actually use school buses, which is in Wilmington, right about 35 minutes away. Other than that, I don't know of any other haunted hayrides around us. Do you, Jordan?
I do not.
I think there's one up at
Yeah, you gotta market that. You gotta market that.
The haunt shop. Which is basically hoodies and t-shirts.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I can already tell Patty's dying to say, you have plenty of room for more stuff.
I
We got these little pumpkins that my kids like to. Oh, look there. There's one right there. They like to eat the top off of them. They just bite them and throw them.
You know what you know what you guys, and I hate when I always say this, but you know what you guys ought to do, and you should watch a video that I made on Lewis Farm, right? They had something called the Apple Blaster.
So much fun.
Okay.
You
Apple
need,
chunker? Apple chunker?
no, it's called the Apple Blaster, and they actually sell them.
Okay.
But that was the coolest thing I've ever personally done.
You literally sell buckets of apples.
And they shoot metal targets.
Really?
It was,
That would be fun.
watch the video.
Okay.
It's on the Haunt World channel. It's called Lewis Farm.
Okay.
And there's 2 videos together. One is just about the Apple Blaster because I thought it was so cool.
Okay.
And the other one's the whole Lewis Farm.
Okay.
And you can watch both. But when I went to make the video of just the Apple Blaster, they'd already turned off the air, but you get the idea.
Yeah.
But I literally have a
Video of me and you both
shooting it.
shooting it.
Yeah, you have to watch both
What do you
videos.
shoot the apples at?
Metal targets.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it is so much
There we
fun.
go. Let's replace jet shot with that.
And I asked them point blank, like, what is the #1 moneymaker out here besides, you know, general admission? They said the Apple Blaster.
Well, we'll just shoot them in the parking lot. No.
Yeah, hit a car.
That's part of the experience coming in. Dodge the apples, right?
And so what's your other haunt you have here? Besides?
The other one is psychosis, which we won't be able to go through today. That's all locked up right now.
Okay.
And then the haunted hayride.
And the haunted hayride.
At the market. Brimstone
So what we're gonna do
at the very end.
is we're gonna go get, and what's this? This is the,
So this is our queue line here. So you come in here, you go fast pass or general admission, and then you go right into a photo booth. Snap a picture of you and send you on.
and then you go through the hayride.
Yeah, and then you go in the queue line, and then you're on the hayride. Yep.
So now we're gonna go to the hayride, and we're in a car, right?
Yeah.
And we got everybody with us.
This is how we do it. Everybody just hops in cars and we ride the hayride.
No, yeah, exactly, no. But we're gonna do it because it's how long?
It's about 20 minutes.
Now, I can tell you of all the videos that I've made, we have not been in a car to drive through yet.
There's always room for improvement, if you want to call it.
Well, I did go to Hell's Gate, and we did ride around on a golf cart.
Okay.
Now, these are your hayride. Now, on a busy night, how many of these do you operate?
So we have 8 wagons total. And we can fit about 30 people on a wagon. So we have all our audio on board as well. We have batteries on the wagons. And right here, so this is right where you'd be loading on. So at this point you're staring right at the Brimstone Penitentiary. Those gates are closed. And then once you get rolling, we get up to a sensor here, it opens those gates up.
Now, real quick, not to interrupt you, but you have these patches through the corn, and you said those are security patches?
Yeah, so we have a lot of access paths all through the corn for emergencies or for just general access. So that fire truck right there is actually one of our chase vehicles that it comes out after the wagon. I'll take you up to it here real quick, and we can kind of loop through one of our access paths here.
And that's real corn. What do you do with the corn?
So the farmer plants it, and he takes it down at the end of the year. And that's about it.
He plants it for you, and then he gets it at the end of the year.
So this is another one of our chase vehicles. It has derby headers out the top of it. It gets pretty loud.
So when you say chase vehicle, what in that fire truck chases people?
So that vehicle comes out right behind the wagon, and it comes flying up, makes you feel like it's going to come and hit you. It doesn't.
And then it just kind of comes out and goes back?
Yep, it comes out very fast, very quick.
And you're saying these chase vehicles that you're talking about, what they do is they like chase after the wagon.
They come after the wagon, yep. So there's not many hayrides that do that. We're one of the originals out of Springboro. We started it there and we continue it on. So this year we have 3 chase vehicles total. So you saw 2 of them. I'll show you another one here in a minute. So Jordan, what scene is this here?
Yep, so this is our new prison scene. You roll in, it's 2 stories tall.
How long did it take you to build it?
Too long. No, we started building it in roughly February, and it took us to the opening day.
So you're seeing it from a low viewpoint. Obviously, you get a lot better viewpoint when you're up higher. Have another school bus with an unlocked door. Then a lot of this other stuff you're seeing is hidden in the darkness, you want to call it. Now Brimstone Drive-Through Theater.
Now, does an actor work this spot, or?
So they start working roughly about here. The whole idea is that the wagon's getting in the way of the movie, and they're peed off about it because they were loving the movie.
So you got horns, you got everything going off here. You do have a movie on the screen, of course. And then this coming up here, it looks like 3 ordinary combines. This is one of our flame effect scenes. So we're licensed in the state of Ohio to shoot off fire as a licensed exhibitor. So you have big bursts of flames that come out of the top of these combines.
And I noticed you have a lot of fire extinguishers.
Yes, we do. That's also required by the state. So in this, here's our other giant chase vehicle. So imagine this big guy coming after you.
Does it work?
Oh yeah, that comes after the wagon.
So how far out does it come?
It comes all the way around here. As you can tell,
It comes out into here?
It comes out right behind
And
you.
how does it get back over there?
You'll see another return path here in a second.
So it drives after you?
It drives after you, yeah.
Wow.
So that's a shout out to our driver, Hank Henry. He is a phenomenal driver, and he's been doing it for years, and he's one of the best in the game.
And so this is like the tractor goes right back in here?
Yep, so that's the combine return path right there. And as you can tell, it's very wide because it's a big combine.
Can it catch every single hayride?
It does, yep.
How do you space the hayrides out so that the combine gets back to the people?
He pretty much runs a continuous loop all night on our busy
Just
nights.
non-stop,
He's running non-stop, yep. So we have a Scare Factory flyer there. That guy is coming perfectly over the wagon. It's awesome. And then right here, so you'll see another return path. This is a headless horseman that comes out here and rides all
On
the
a
way.
horse?
On a horse, yep.
That's crazy. Now, how do you get electric out here?
So we have electric ran all through the fields out here. You'll see.
Like permanent?
Yep, permanent electric. So we got a panel over here.
Yeah, I see it. It's over there on the pole.
Yep. We have fire extinguishers in every scene, of course.
Did that used to be a hay wagon?
That's a hay wagon from the old Springboro Haunted Hayride, actually. So over the years, it's as you can tell, that main beam actually snapped. That was retired. It was actually a good wagon in 2017 when we got it, and it was retired, as you can tell.
Now, have you already operated this past weekend?
Yep. So this was our opening weekend, this past weekend.
Was your attendance up or down?
Our attendance was up for the year. This first week is always slow, but it's always a good weekend to work out the bugs and make sure everything's operating well.
So this is a real active cornfield where you're just, now every year when he plants the corn, is there corn here on this path here?
So
And you have to cut it out?
No, actually, so the guy who plants it, his son actually plants it for him now. He intertwines all through here. You'll see he goes right on the edge of the field all the way around. So that's just a dummy row over there, because that on the other side is all parking for the Ohio Renaissance Festival.
So he doesn't park any on the pathway?
Nope.
What about when it rains on this pathway? Like, what is keeping this from getting like muddy?
So we have a phenomenal base of gravel. we have quite a few truckloads of gravel underneath with all this dead grass.
Oh, I see.
So once it gets a little muddy, that gravel will start poking through. Our first year was a big year for infrastructure.
Do these come down?
Nope, all this stuff stays up. I'm
talking about those saw blades, like when the hayride comes through.
We do have saw blades that come down, and they're not up yet.
And that looks like somebody gets cut in half.
Looks like they're already cut in half.
Yeah, this would have been a long walk. And by the way, for everybody watching the video, this is shortening the video probably by 30 minutes.
A good 30 minutes, yeah. I've walked it several times. Today's not the day for that.
So when you manage all these actors, because they're all over the place, maybe this is a question for you back there. How do you manage all these actors, like when they're spread out across all these acres?
Yep, so we have a attraction manager for every attraction. We also have a walkie-talkie in every attraction, just so we're never lacking in communication.
Do you drive through here with like four-wheelers?
Yep, trucks, four-wheelers, whatever it takes to get to the...
So this right here,
Yeah.
our hearse, there's a Suburban that we saw up there. He's backed up all the way up there. And then once you get down here enough, he comes roaring out. As you can tell, he's kicked up quite a bit of dirt there. It's a very good chase scene. It's a very fun chase scene. He'll come on this side of the wagon, then he loops back on this side of the wagon, so you're hitting everybody.
Now, when it comes to like all these cars and vehicles coming out at people, on the safety side of it, you know, because obviously you don't want them hitting the...
Sure.
Like, is there protocols? Like, you can't get within so many feet, or...
So actors are not allowed in a chase scene or fire scene. That's there's a zero tolerance on that. If you're caught in one, you're fired. Simple as that. Chase vehicle drivers, we have a pretty rigorous qualifications to begin with, and then we also have quite a bit of training for them.
Is that a roller coaster?
It sure is.
A dysfunctional one that's about to...
I'll get you a better view of it here.
People are about to be killed?
Yeah, definitely not a...
It doesn't actually move, does it?
No. Nope. Well, I did it one time and it stopped right on the edge. You can see you got the broken post where somebody hit it, I guess. It's probably Jordan right back his truck into it.
Welcome to Brimstone Heights. We take employment to...
Enjoyment to all new levels.
I didn't see it because I went...
New high.
Oh, is that what it says?
Yes.
You know what would be a funny haunted house? is I don't know if you knew about that one theme park where all those people got injured and killed, and they even made a movie and it had Vince Vaughn in it, where he ran the theme park where everything was dangerous. It was a real thing.
Like
they made a movie
or something.
They made a movie, okay, it as a comedy, but it was a real thing.
Oh wow!
It was absolutely real, and everything in there was unsafe.
Wow.
That would be a good theme, I think, for a haunted
here's
house.
A bit of history on this one.
Yeah.
That used to be a chase vehicle. You can kind of see the headers out of the roof. That used to be a chase vehicle right there.
Now, when you say chase vehicles and you say open headers, like you're doing open headers, so it's super loud.
It's very loud. Yep. So here's another chase vehicle. You can see it off the top. So the exhaust comes right out the roof of that.
So you just like put exhaust on it that like points straight up.
Yep.
Like that
There you
one
go.
right there.
Right there. Yep.
And the bricks are over so water doesn't get in it.
Correct. Yep.
So is that one still a chase vehicle?
That one's not. So that's the old That's the last Springboro Haunted Hayride hearse that we had.
Wow.
Well, we came to find out we don't run an actual hearse anymore. We have Suburbans. Those things aren't built to do what we're doing. Simple as that. And we need four-wheel drive. That helps. So this is another fire scene. This car catches on fire, shoots up some big burst. You have more fire coming out of this guy. It strobes off the fire. That's an awesome scene right there. I like fire, if you couldn't tell.
Yeah, I see that. Where do you buy your fire effects from?
So we actually manufacture our own fire effects.
Oh, okay. And there's the truck, fire truck again.
Yep. That is so we bought two fire trucks at the same time. So the first one is the running one. This one is it's a dummy one.
And how much are these fire trucks?
We got these at an auction, and we got a smoking deal on them. I think we paid $1,000 for both of them.
And how do you keep them running?
We have some very talented mechanics.
Okay.
To say the least.
That makes sense.
Because I couldn't do it myself. I'm not a mechanic. Let me put it that way.
So how many nights are you guys open here?
So we have 14 regular season, and then we have a lights out event first week of October on the Saturday, and then we also do a scary little Christmas event. We run 2 Saturdays for that in December. We've been tinkering around with running some select Sundays to see if we can expand our days a little bit. So, and this is our final scene in the hayride right here. That's
a long hayride.
That's the end of it right there.
And there's a lot of craziness going on in there.
Oh yeah, it's a little tamed down driving through in a car.
Now, what's your other haunt you have here?
So we have another haunt we have 3 haunts total: the Haunted Hayride, Psychosis, and the Bog. Psychosis is a high intensity attraction that is about 10 minutes long, roughly. We actually expanded it this year to expand the scares.
And so what is your plans to expand? Like, it looks like you have a lot of room.
We do have a lot of room. We're currently in the planning phase, to say the least.
What is, if we came back 5 years from now, what do you think we might see?
I think you would see a lot in this midway. We're definitely going to be building this up, make it more of a destination experience, not just come and go through the haunts. We definitely like to add a few more main attractions. That would be that's in our next 3 to 5 years.
Now, do you have a liquor license?
So we don't serve the beer. Ohio Renaissance Festival actually serves the alcohol here. So our employees don't do it. It's all based.
But you have alcohol here.
We sell beer. Yep.
Is that a big, money maker for you?
It does well. I think one of the big things for us is, I'm sure you've seen this a lot too, is people like to come to haunts trashed. And we can't control that if we don't serve it. So if people know that we're serving beer, they come in. All our servers are tip certified. They know what they're doing. You're not going to get overserved. Simple as that.
So how do people find you online?
So we have a website called brimstonehaunt.com. Google, obviously. You can Google us. Probably the first ones there.
What is your best social media that you post on the most?
It'd be Facebook.
Facebook?
Facebook and Instagram are main social medias.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, well, thanks a lot back there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Jordan is the man with the plan around here.
so we want to thank our host here. And it's a little bit windy, and we didn't get to see all the haunts, but we want to thank them for that. And I can only imagine when it's all turned on and everything. And yeah, this place has a lot of room to grow, and that hayride is just giving me a lot of ideas. I can't believe that you just get a truck, run open headers, and chase the wagons. I mean, God bless, that has to be super scary. And hey, thanks for watching the video. We're on a tour all across the United States as much as we can to see the best haunted houses, see unique haunted houses, see different haunted houses. And our video is a little different because we're not necessarily going through when the haunt is open. We're really focusing on trying to understand why these haunts are so different, why they're so unique, why they're so different, and what makes them all click. And you have to talk to the people that run them, and you kind of sort of have to learn all the different things that are going on at these attractions to get a bigger picture of what's happening here. So make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Many more videos are coming, and make sure you find a haunted house near you at hauntworld.com. This video was definitely brought to you by fearticket.com and hauntworld.com. And until then, we will see you later, folks. And just keep following us for more, because we're trying to help you get better at what you do. And the best way to do that is to learn from other haunts. And that's what we're doing. Take care and happy haunting.
For scary videos and more, subscribe to our YouTube page, hauntworld.com.